Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here at one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call taking my community back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're gonna do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're gonna bridge that gap because we're gonna get out of here, we're gonna shake hands, we're gonna find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck. And our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. At a sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today in one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
Hey, hello, and welcome back to another edition of Talk Show Kings. Today, before I start anything, I got to put this out right now on Roku 1061. We're asking people to download because we're also showing Talk Show Kings on. But before I start anything else, I got to say this. We want to thank the producer of the show, Mr. Felix Washington, our founder, and the guy, speaking of Felix Washington, the guy do numerous of charities throughout Georgia. And we asking also quickly that if you see our Cash App, please, we have private funding to keep this thing going, and we're asking you to reach out and help us to keep this thing going. And now, I just want to say this right now, as you're looking on the stage right now, you can see one of our kings is missing. He's on vacation right now. King Yaquez, he's on vacation out of the country, and he's going to be back here next Sunday. But another good thing, we got one of our kings on the show. We got King Eric is back, and has to do some private business, but he's back and smiling. Say hey to the camera, Eric. Hey, now we got two topics. We're going to have a hot hot topic and something like a strange topic. You guys gonna say what? Hey, and I'm gonna surprise you later with the topic. I don't want to say nothing right now. But first, let me introduce myself. And y'all thought I forgot, huh? You thought I forgot about speaking to the people in Douglasville, Georgia. And the people around the globe for inviting us into your homes again. You see, I don't even have a teleprompter, and I had to remember that. But first, I want to say now, I am King Ralph, and to my left is...
I'm King Darwin, and to my left,
King Eric.
And together we are
the Talk Show Kings.
Boom, let's get to it. Guys, let me tell you something right now. We have some hot topics. And when I said about a strange topic, our hot topics today, and it's crazy, I experienced this. There's a food shortage, not only in Georgia, but around the United States. And our second topic is someone called in and asked us to talk about what age should you put your kid out. Now, I don't think that's the right response. What age you think your child should be ready to leave the home when they probably graduate high school, say they're in physical shape and mental shape. But we're going to get to that. But right now, we're going to talk about the hot topic of the day, and that's a food shortage. And what I know about that is because I am a volunteer in a food pantry, or you may call it a food bank. And, you know, I feel so bad because we have a lot of studio guests in the audience right now. And look at it, looking at me with these dirty looks. Hey, our studio audience, let's give them a hand, y'all. Let's give them a hand, the studio audience. All right. Whatever. We found these people on the side of the highway. Anyway, I just want to say, we speaking of, there's a shortage of food shortages happening not only in Georgia, but around the United States. And how I know about it, because I said once again, I'm a volunteer of a food pantry, and I'm going to let you know, I have experienced it because I used to be the person going to the food pantry for once myself when I had my, when I had a stroke. I remember when I was down on my luck and wondering what I was going to do. And I thank God those places, facility was around that gave me food and kept me going. And I decided not only that being somebody looking for food, I wanted to help people receive food. So this weekend, I was at a pantry because a friend of mine, she was in the hospital. They diagnosed her having a stroke. She was having internal bleeding. She called me and said, Ralph, can you please go to the pantry for me and get food? And I've done that. When I went there, what I found out at this certain pantry located in Douglasville, Georgia, they serve 400 to 500, sometimes 600 people. But that day, Saturday, they can only do up to 200 people. And the food that person gave me and I received, it was so small. I mean, I'm thinking maybe 2 children can eat it. I felt so guilty that a blessing, I went in my pocket and went and bought something. No, I'm not patting myself because that's what we need to do. When somebody is down, I remember my grandparents saying, only time you should bend down is helping someone up. And that's what I did, and I feel good about it. And I just want to let y'all know right now, if somebody, they're hungry out there, and the kids are going back to school, you know how kids are. They may eat a snack at home, they have a snack when they get to school. So I'm telling you right now, I'm asking the stores out there to reach out, because I found out, and I don't want to say the name, I found out some stores, they throw food in a dumpster. And 90% of the food is good, because I heard it from someone who worked there. Like I said, I'm not trying to put no names up, but I'm asking people not only in Georgia, but in Douglasville, Georgia, where we're located, to reach out at those pantries, food banks, because people, hey, they're hungry. You know, and before I continue on, if anybody want to add on to this, because I got a lot more to say about this, because I did a lot of research. Anybody want to add something before I continue?
Well, the research that I found about the food banks and the food shortages, not just because of the inflation, but also a lot of the food banks are not receiving those donations, and they're not getting and it's more, they're not getting enough donations, and there are more families coming. Like you said, anywhere from 300 to 600 people, all the way down to 200 people now that food pantry that you went to is only serving 200 people.
Yes.
I mean, that does it. I mean, there's a shortage. And from looking at the research, for the next 2 years, it still looked like a 25% decline on food in the U.S. So it's been declining for the past 3 years. Basically, since the pandemic, it's been declining. So, like you said, the best thing to do for those of us that are able to just donate to these food banks.
Okay, what you think about it, King D?
With the food shortage situation, I've kind of noticed it lately, I guess, since the pandemic, actually. I've took notice to going into the grocery stores and noticing like a lot of things that, you know, was there is not there anymore. It's a lot of things that I shopped for that I went back to go get, and they're no longer on the shelves.
That's right.
So, you know, and seeing that, I'm like, well, what the heck is going on? So a lot of things is going on with the import and exporting of these goods, you know, and, you know, a lot of these things that we're eating is really coming from China, you know. So, you know, they haven't been really, you know, getting a lot of things in because of the what is it, the tax that they've been trying to embark on China, and so they've been fighting back and forth with that as well. So it's just been it's going, and I don't see it getting any better, you know. So, you know, I think we definitely need to prepare and start, you know, growing our own food, you know, starting our own what did you want to call
agriculture?
Well, at least your own garden.
Yeah.
You know, have your own garden and start thinking about that, because it is a food shortage going on out here, and it's going to get, I think it's going to get a little bit more serious too as time goes on. So,
you know, that's weird that you said China, but I did research it, and did you know the largest agriculture consumption of food growth? Do you know where the food comes from? Y'all gonna be shocked when I tell y'all. It comes from Russia and Ukraine. I was shocked. I got chills telling you this. I couldn't believe my eyes. Russia has the largest, then Ukraine. Since they've been fighting, they have not gotten a lot of food out, but they known that. They said, I'm looking at the correspondent last night, said 2 years ago, said it's gonna be a shortage, but it won't affect America. But what they was wrong, they didn't know that war was gonna break out, and that stopped that. So what they doing, Trump will bomb Ukraine will bomb, and that's hard to get this food out. And I was saying, well, this is the country we supposed to be going up against Russia. It looked like when it's a problem in some other country, we feel it too. And we've been thinking, what's going to win? And if you notice, a lot of Ukrainian people here. And being in the pantry, I seen tons of Ukrainians come through here. And, I mean, come on now look at me. Now, black folks know about chitlins. I remember these Ukrainians came through. They said, what that else? I said, oh, these are chitlins. And the lady got took a picture of it. And she said, well, give me a bucket too. I'm like, you know, you got to clean it. They just cook it. They don't turn down no food. I'm telling you something. If something happened in any other country, and what I found out also, Russia, China, over our wheat, rice is shortage. You got to look at the rice. There's a shortage in that, or cooking oil. A lot of things that we don't realize. You said China, true that, but China and other countries, that's why we call sell. That's what the selling going around. But if it's a war, guess what? They'll stop that, and that's why we're stuck. It's good that you guys say the next 2 years, because you just can't planting right now. But I believe when you see something coming, say when Russia first attacked Ukraine, we should have been right there. We better get our act together. But I think we depend on too many foreign countries, and we have growers here, you know. But I understand they have devastation. Sometimes the weather come, it destroy a lot of our fruits and vegetables. Now, if you notice this, I know someone, excuse me, live in Riceboro, Georgia. It was said, allegedly, they don't want you to grow. Why is that? Because they have that crop plane that come around that would be killing insects, was saying it's not good on the plants. See, I think it's a conspiracy going around. Nobody want to talk about. And I just want to say the views of on this stand here is not the views of the station 1061. His own personal views. That's why I'm saying allegedly. But at the same time, we really don't know. We only listen to what the news, what they tell us. Hey, let's face it here. My daughter called me and she asked me the topic. She said, Dad, because I mentioned many times on the show, I have 13 grandkids. My daughter said, Dad, my grandbaby, she's in pre-K. My daughter feed them when she go to school. She be looking to go into school looking for a snack. For something with these kids, they constantly eating. You can feed them, and you say, you full? Yeah, but when they get to school and they get to smelling this food, they want more. So what I'm saying to you guys right now, if anybody out there have a solution and they want to say something and they want to call in right now, please, the number's on the stream, and you can actually call in and put your 2 cents in. So I want you guys open. And also, I just want to say that right now, it's not only a shortage, but no one is reporting this, but do you know it's a shortage in other countries also? They going through it. So right now, we don't worry about other people until it happened to us. Like the pandemic, when it hit us, we know people was dying in China alone. We ain't got it until it came here. Oh, we were scared as hell, right? So I'm telling you, there's people around the world right now are starving. Somebody haven't eaten in a couple of days. So, as I said early, please call in if you want to add in and say anything about this topic right now, please. And you see the Cash App on the sign. It was up on the screen right now. We need to keep this station, we keep this thing going. So we're asking for your donations. We don't care if it's $1 or maybe $1 million. I ain't being funny because the Bible says ask not, receive not. So I'm just saying right now, so if anybody want to add on to this, what I'm saying, because please, I'm telling you, they got to have an answer what's going on, because I had one of the studio guests here. I actually met her in the pantry, and she was working alongside, and we looking at each other like, man, it's really getting short. And we see people coming in with a family of 10 and walking away with a few items, like a 3 pound of like meat maybe, and snacks and whatever. So I'm asking anybody out there right now at those grocery stores, please reach out to these pantries. Come on. It's wrong to throw this stuff in the pantry and it not going to waste. What good is it? To me, if I ever seen a sin, that's the biggest sin right now. So, hey, fellas, anybody want to warn in that you know anybody personally going through something like this personally?
Not personally. Like I said, like you say, I've seen the shortages and just when going into the grocery store. I've seen certain things that normally, like if you take the price of eggs, eggs used to be what, 99 cents for a dozen. Mm-hmm. Now some places $4, $5 for a dozen of eggs.
Really?
Just because
wow.
there's a shortage on eggs. I mean, and we just thought that it was just due to the inflation, but
yes,
it's just a shortage. I've also read that pretty soon it's going to be a shortage on chicken. A shortage on beef.
Not chicken, man. Come on now.
Yep, chicken and beef. And
oh no.
Another one you said earlier, oil, the vegetable and canola oil.
The vegetable oil, okay.
So that's a lot. I mean, rice and grains and
that's right. We got one.
Got a caller. Yes, TV 1061 Talk Show Kings. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Stephen Carr, and I am the founder and president of So Blessed Street Ministry. And my wife and I, several times a year, we go into the community and we actually feed and help clothe and put hygiene in the hands of homeless folks. And so I definitely can speak on the topic of the food shortage because I pick up a lot of donations from the different banks around the city. And lately, we haven't been able to actually pick up meat. It's mostly just vegetables or some stuff that nobody is really in the mood to eat. And so there's definitely a shortage and it's definitely a problem. But I think I have a solution.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, now, conventionally, a bunch of country folks are all that eat deer. Okay, but we also know that deer is a wholesome and nutritious and a good meat. If you're from the country, then you know this. Okay, and so why is it that we're not using wild game such as deer meat to process, make hamburgers and steaks out of for those who are in need of food, and actually pass out deer meat for them to eat? It can be inspected and approved by the USDA just like any other meat, and it can be passed out for a fraction of the cost of beef or pork or anything else.
I think that's a great solution to half of the problem, and I think the reason why they don't mass produce deer right now, because deers, I think, is pretty hard to entrap and keep within a fence, because they leap so high. They'll leap a fence in a minute. So it's hard to kind of keep them controlled, like the cows and the chickens and things like that. But also, right now, with it being, really gaining meat, they don't want you to get that nutrients, the vitamins and the minerals out of real meat. Now they starting to produce meat. If you guys seen on TV, they're making steaks. They're making chicken.
That's true. Chicken don't even taste like chicken anymore.
I'm just saying they're really doing some things on the meat. But that would be a great idea, sir, to actually start, thinking about, producing and packaging and selling deer, because it is a great meat to eat, and it's very nutritious and beneficial to the body.
Mm-hmm. That's odd that he said that, but you got to understand something also.
Thank you for allowing me to join in the conversation, and y'all have a great day.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, go ahead, King Raph. You had something to say?
I'm sorry about that. Now, my thing is, the strangest thing is about that is that, well, when they say deers, they build so many condominiums and everything. Everything has then been built around. We done messed their habitats up now. That's why you don't see a lot of animals, and basically you can kill most a deer, because I killed a couple of them. It's sad to say, when I drove trucks, they ran up under my fifth wheel. So I know what you mean. That's good what he was saying, but and then I want to go back to the stores. I bought a slab of ribs. It was almost $15, and it wasn't that big. I'm like, what is going on here? And I'm glad there was a pack of chicken they did give me, a big leg quarters. But my thing is this. I don't care what's going on out here, but the thing about, I just believe, as the brothers just said, is what he was saying. I agree with that, but I believe he said earlier that one of you guys said that donate money to those locations. Even at the station, if you call in and on the Cash App and you state, hey, I want to give to the stores, how can I do it? Get information, we can lead you to places. You can call on the screen right now, and that's information we can do. So my thing is this right now, the stores, but what is another solution? I mean, they got little farmlands. What about the little small farmlands? People can also, sell products.
Well, the sad thing about it is, King Raph, is that the FDA have put so many regulations on farming. They kicked a lot of our black farmers out of the farm industry back in the day. If you haven't did the research,
yeah, I know about that.
They shut down a lot of our black farmers, so we don't have nearly as many farms as we did back in the day. And that's because they want to,
they're suing right now.
Yes, they've been suing for a long time, and that's because they want to feed us, this food that's don't have any nutrients, any minerals, anything that's really going to help, nourish our bodies. So this is what they've been doing for the longest, trying to kill us with this food.
Yes.
Like you said, they spraying the chemtrails, that's pesticides, all these things, the hormones, the antibiotics that they're shooting the animals up with, the farm-raised fish that they're only feeding, corn. I mean, what kind of fish eat corn? You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, I mean, this is what they've been doing for a long time, and until we stand up and try to fight for our land and try to fight to get these farms back going, because literally I talked to a farmer, and he was telling me that without GMO, we wouldn't be eating right now. Literally.
That's true.
If it wasn't for genetically modified foods right now.
I've heard that. When you said
we
earlier
wouldn't be eating
they're
right
making
now.
meat, that's true. I've heard that. How can you make a steak? You know, and then when you eat the chicken, you ever notice the chicken
Not the
tastes
same.
different?
It's not the same.
Yes, it's kind of like there's something missing. Because I had cooked, my wife say, I don't know, baby. Is it? She thought it was sour or spoiled. I say, no, maybe that's just the way it tastes. But that's chicken. I don't know. And it's funny how you mentioned oil going up. My God, it's expensive for oil. I mean, and the vegetable oil, I think that's unhealthy. I think the best oil is the peanut oil. That's the most healthiest.
I thought it was the canola, but hey.
No. The best oil that we can ingest and that can withstand the high temperatures is avocado oil and grapeseed oil. Those are the two.
Oh, we're gonna have a dispute on here because
yes, absolutely.
avocado is, you got to be careful with avocado because that peanut oil was, because I remember I fried a turkey that is expensive, $15.
Yes, it's great to fry. Listen to what I'm saying.
Uh,
It's good to fry turkeys in, and it's good to fry chicken in peanut oil, but it's not healthy. It's not as healthy for us to consume as the grapeseed oil and the avocado oil. Those are the two that I've suggest people to start.
You know,
ingesting.
they have some cooks out there. If anybody want to lay in this and tell us, because hey, we three guys, we think we can cook. I guess all of us can barbecue, right?
Oh yeah.
Now all the guys think we can barbecue, but what you think, ladies? Even guys, you want to chime in on this? But getting back to the thing, I'm just going to say right now. Listen, this is a real serious thing. Hunger is not a joke. Because when I go down to Atlanta, oh my God, I have never seen some more people out there. They have tents out there. I know they're hungry. I mean, a girl came to me one day and trying to proposition me, and I mean, I feel so bad for her. Baby, I don't want anything. I gave her money. She had sores on the mouth. And she said, I'm hungry. Oh, we got another call in already.
All right, hang on 1 second. Yes, hello, Talk Show Kings, TV 1061.
Yes, I just wanted to make a comment on the canola oil and the cooking oil that they're having, the conversation they have.
Okay, yes, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. Well, the best cooking oil to have, the best oil to use is grapeseed and avocado oil. Peanut oil and the canola oil has no nutritional value, so they're not good for the body, and the body naturally digests the avocado and the grapeseed oil.
Okay, thank you for seconding that notion.
I'm glad. Hey, D, look at D smiling. Look. Hey, look, he got that. Look how he's looking at me like, I told him.
All right, thanks for your call. Okay,
Hey.
just for clarification.
Okay,
King
you know
Raph.
what? We don't know if D won that round because if somebody else call and say something else, you can see. You see how King D was looking at me.
I got it. But that's okay. That's what I've researched is, mostly that can withstand that high temperature. A lot of people use that olive oil, the extra virgin olive oil, but when you heat it up, it becomes toxic.
That's what I was saying about that. When you
Yes,
heat it
you
up.
can't heat it up. Right. It's good when you putting it in your salads and in your, in your dressings.
I'm glad you cleared that
and
up because
stuff
that's
like
what
that.
I was talking about. I was trying to get out. It wasn't healthy for that, and because I know I fried an egg one time. Like, oh, I don't know, that was good, and in avocado oil. No, but like I said, the phone lines are still open, and we're asking you guys, please. You see the Cash App on the screen. Please send in, help us promote this show. And we want to continue this show because we're going to start in the future. We're going to start having guests up here and hopefully some people in this community, some upstanding people, probably even some police officers, mayors. And I love to have the mayor here. That would be something because I believe she won again and I voted for her. And hey, we have some judges. So where are you guys? You guys in Douglasville, Georgia. So come out and support us. We're asking this thing and getting back to the topic again. I'm gonna tell you something. it's one thing to see somebody hungry, but when you see bones in people's bodies, and that's sad. I mean, come on. I'm for one disagreeing by sending money over to another country too, and you got people here. But right now we are almost out of time. Right now, we're gonna take a 10-minute break. So when our next segment we come back, we'll be back in 2 and 2. We out.
Hi, my name is Lauren and welcome to TV 1061. Join our network and broadcast your film live across the continent. Come to our studio and film and stream your TV show, sitcom, and showcase and broadcast it worldwide. Combine multimedia with your live stream. Independent filmmakers show your movie and afterwards interview your cast live. Sponsors, advertisers, I'm talking to you. This is your chance for global exposure. These are exciting times that we're in. Traditional TV is but a thing of the past. TV 1061 is on the Roku platform. Roku is an industry leader in internet TV. It has a viewership of 53 million and counting. It is the most popular and fastest growing internet TV platform. If you are interested in developing and showcasing your movie or show, or interested in coming in as a sponsor or advertiser, please send us your contact information with a brief description of your interest to 1061tv@gmail.com. Thank you.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings on TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
You are tuned in to Talk Show Kings.
Back to our final segment, and let me tell you something right now. I was getting calls in this. People have been asking, what age should I put my son out? I'm like, what? My daughter is out. I'm like, I don't think that's the right terminology. I believe what it is, when a person, a young man or young lady do their 12 years of schooling and they go to the next level. I was doing some research last night, and I was looking at some people was talking about when they put their kid out, and they said sometimes the kids have to go out there and see what life is about. And I'm like, wait a minute, what they talking about? Say they go to college, and as soon as they go to college, they calling in, Mom, Dad, I need you guys to come get me because I'm afraid. And they're in their dorm room. It's like, and they said, no, you're in college now. You have to see what the world is about. Come on, you got to live life. And then some kids don't want to leave. Some say, I ain't thinking about going to college this year. I'm just gonna stack my money. How many times we heard that before? I want to stack my money. Hell, we got relatives say, hey, can I stack my money? Really, when you stacking, what am I doing? I'm unstacking. But my thing, it really come down to it. I believe not only if a kid is physically but mentally, and you look at them, because when you raise that child, what they should be, that's what you do. Should be doing your job right now, training them to fend for themselves, cook, clean, and fellas, there's nothing wrong cleaning the house. People say, "Oh, you're a girl." Let me tell you something. I was washing dishes. I was 4 years old. I thought it was cool playing in the soap. I didn't know my mom gonna have me doing it for almost 17 years later, straight up, clean the kitchen up. But it helps, hey, because when a young lady visits your apartment or home, they can say, wow, you're a neat person, clean. But hey, in all respect, truly, I just think it should be the temperaments of the education, the physicalness, and supporting a kid or who it may be. But I don't think you should just put somebody out there when not ready. So what you guys think?
Well, I have 5 kids.
Woo! Well, we should hit you first.
So my 3 oldest, they're not, well, 2 of the 3, they're not home with us. So, and they left around, I don't know, I want to say they left around, well, one left around 18, 19.
Okay.
Another one left around 20. Well, the other 2 left around 20, but then one came back. So,
It happens.
hey, it's life.
Yes.
And yeah, you want your kids to get out, and you want your kids to get out and experience life, and to, you know, fend for themselves, learn how to live in this world on their
Yes.
own, because the parents not going to be there always.
Mm-hmm.
But you also want them, while you still can, to be comfortable when they leave.
Yes.
Research shows this, the average age of kids leaving home is 24 to 27.
Really?
That's the average age. Now, I don't know if that's including college or just leaving, just staying home, working after school, after they graduate, and then having enough money to get out there and leave. But I don't think that you should always just push a child out. But sometimes you may have to
a nudge.
Give them a little nudge to help them get out. You know, show them, just because they stay in your house, okay, look, we need you to pay a couple of these bills while you're here.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have to make it uncomfortable for them, so that way when they get
Okay.
their own spot, they're like, oh, I'm so glad I got my own place.
Yeah. Hold on. Before we go to King D, I want him to chime in on this. But I want to ask you, how should you prepare what age should you prepare your kid at a young age? Because you see, we always wait to 18. You don't wait. When should you start preparing?
No, I mean, a kid's independence start when they're young. You have to you have to allow them to be themselves anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Even when it comes down when they're young and the clothes that they want to wear, it may look crazy. I know there's been plenty of times where my youngest son, all he wanted to do was just wear a Spider-Man outfit. Okay, that's his independence. So but there's certain times where you're not going to wear that Spider-Man outfit.
Exactly.
So you have to decide and pick and choose what are you trying to teach them while you teach them independence.
Okay, what would you say about King D?
Far as kicking your child out, or at a certain age, I don't necessarily think that it's a set age, I would say, per se. But I think the way that we have been engineered and trained from our parents and our grandparents of how we raise our households and things, I think that it do need a little bit of fixing because you got to look at other cultures and how they actually, have took and raised their families, differently, I would say. Because it's kind of like, if you look at other cultures, just like the Jewish culture, they have a bar mitzvahs and they have bat mitzvahs for the females that when they get 13, okay?
Yeah, I was going to say that.
When they get 13.
They're like a bride, they dress up like a bride or something?
No, it's just a graduation into adulthood.
Yeah.
This is how they celebrate their independence, basically. Yes. But they prepare them at 13.
So in every culture is different.
So, exactly. Well, not every culture is different. Our culture is different because we have threw away these ideals and took on our own way of raising our families, which causes, these children to be pushed out into the real world and not have any understanding of finances, not have any understanding of, health, not having any understanding of how to budget. You know what I'm saying?
Budget, that's the big thing.
When these cultures, and they have these big parties for their 13-year-old, the whole community gathers. You understand? The whole community comes together.
Welcome them in.
And welcome them into adulthood. You understand? So when they leave that party, they're millionaires. You understand that? At 13, when that child leave that party, they're financially set for life. Now it's on the parents to teach them how to manage this money and how to be responsible and how to be an adult at 13. We don't do that.
Is that Jewish, you saying?
That's the Jewish culture.
Jewish.
That's the Mexican culture. Mexicans do it the same.
That's right.
They do it as well. You know what
They
I'm
got
saying?
a name for that, Marietta or something.
Yes,
something.
they have their
Outside
name
that.
as well. But this is what we have threw away and took on and adopted this American, I would say, culture. And this is what sets us behind. But if we came together as a community and as a people, you see what I'm saying? Just think how fortunate we would be to be able to have our son at 13 become financially set for life. And all we have to do is teach them and show them, you know, basically the skill set to manage it and to find out exactly what do you want to do for the rest of your life, and set your own business up and be an entrepreneur and not work for someone else and be independent. And this is where, you know, we're lacking and we're falling behind. You can look at now, you know, these other cultures of people, they're getting the jobs. You know what I mean? We're not even working. You know, we don't even want to work. Our younger generation, you know, we want to wait till they get 18 to tell them something. Are you serious? 18, they already developed their
I
mind.
think doing a Sweet 16 birthday
Man, listen,
out there doing their partying.
At 18, you trying to tell that person, that child is grown at that point. That child has already made up their mind on who they are and what they want to do and where they want to go in life, pretty much.
You think it's pretty late? You think it's too late to just throw it on a child 18?
It's too late, and that's why you see them getting kicked out, because now you're trying to tell them you graduated from high school, now you got to go.
Yes.
But you didn't prepare that child to go. You tell me when they 13, well, let them be a child. Let them enjoy their childhood. This is the story that I hear from parents. You know, well, they're only a child, they're only a kid. No, they're not. You have to be able to understand that child needs to get the education while they're still listening. You know what I'm saying? At 13, 12, 11, they're still listening.
That's right.
But when you wait to try to tell this 16, 17, 18-year-old something,
I'm
child
grown.
ain't listening.
I'm a
to you.
man.
That child didn't watch too much YouTube.
And then
That
they
child
looking
didn't
at you.
watch too much, you know, television.
They may be, Dad, I'm your size.
They already done came.
I'm your height.
Yeah, they already done created their own, you know, idea on how this whole system of things work. You understand? So that's one of the first things that we need to do as a people. And even if you have a small family, y'all need to gather. We need to gather. We need to do these things and celebrate, you know, our youth and bringing them into adulthood and start teaching them and putting these responsibilities on them at this young age so that they can grow into that. So then when they are 18, they know what they want to do. They have the finances to do what they want to do. And at the same time, you know, they have the discipline. But if we're not doing that, you know, we're stuck in this retarded situation. This,
No, but
you
what
know,
you're saying is true.
Yeah, it's very true.
No, but
and this
my
is why
daughter
we're so
was-
behind. And this is why, you know, the parents, the mama fall out with the daughter. The dad falls out with the son. Because now you want to tell this grown person what to do. It's too late now. This grown person done already done made up their mind on who they are.
I like the idea when you said earlier about training about money, the budget. My daughter worked. I went to Church's Chicken. I think she was 15. She, excuse me. She worked there a week. She said, "Dad, I work 8 hours a day. Only got $40." But I say, "Well, think about the time you come to me and say, Dad, I want this laptop. I want this dress," and I remember when she graduated, the dress was on the floor. I paid $200 for the dress, not for the hem and everything. And to this day, she tell me about it. Dad, I'm sorry. And then with my son and daughter, they tell me, I can't believe I was living in a nest. It was comfortable. All you want me to do is to clean my room, do my homework, and try to figure out what I want to do in life. Now they have kids in their own, because my kids in their 40s. And they're grown. It's like, I'm in the great grandkids slap now, and I know exactly what you're saying. That's why I'm laughing about. It's like, wow. And you have 5 kids, and it never stopped because they never grow up. Daughter called me, Dad, listen to this. You didn't listen when I was telling you, and you was this age. That's why you're making a lot of sense what you're saying.
It would correct a lot of problems that we're running into with our youth and in our society, and creating financial freedom for ourselves. You know, because that's where these other cultures are winning. They're winning at that.
Putting
You
their
see
head,
what I'm
that's
saying?
right.
Because of the coming together part too. You know what I mean? Because at these parties, like I was saying, they're financially set. Everybody's kicking in. Here go 1,000 here. Here go 5,000 here. Here go 10,000 here. You know what I mean? Because just look at their society.
Say
They're
China.
winning. You
They
see what I'm saying?
they starting at 2, 3 years old. I was looking
Yes.
at it. These kids, the kids smart and they disciplined.
Yes.
And that little bowl of rice I fed earlier, little bowl of rice, and 1 piece of meat, and they good. But I feel you want to say something. Something on you?
I'm good. I mean, I agree with what King D's saying, but let me ask you this. I mean, what about you have those situations where none of that was taught to their parents? So if that wasn't taught to their parents, how do we know that to teach the kids that? So, but again, it has to start somewhere.
Yes.
They don't even teach it in school
No.
on how to basically live in the world. I mean, I remember there used to be home economics and
Auto mechanic.
all of that. They don't even have that in schools
went to
anymore.
school like
Then you have
that.
to go. You have to go to. I know here in Douglasville they have at Douglas High. They have at the schools in Douglas County they have. You go to West Georgia Tech for all of that.
Yes.
So
Now you're paying for it.
I don't know if you're paying for it. I think it's just the option that you have when you get in the 11th or 12th grade or something like that. But still, it used to be right in the school setting.
And that's where it comes down to generational curses, guys, right? These are generational curses that we've carried home through our generations and our families for generations to come. But that's why now it's on us to try to make the change. You know, I don't know if it's too late, but I know if we can pick the ball up and we can start now, I mean, at least we can try to, correct some of these issues that our people are dealing with.
No, I can agree and disagree. You're right. It's not too late. I go back what you said. Generational, what you just said, Curse. Do you know I had bad credit before I graduated? And my mom, they used my Social Security. But you know how you remember that paying your bills?
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I found out? For 38 years, I had cable in Louisiana, and I was living in California. Cox Cable, and I moved back to New Orleans before Katrina. I tried to get cable. I was staying with my cousin till I could get my place. And do you know what they told me? Well, you already have cable. Really? And they said my Social Security number, and it was my parents, and they said, well, you know what they asked me? Do you want to sue them? My parents in their 80s. I'm assuming, really?
Yeah, really.
That's what parents did, and you're so 100% right. Both of you guys on trick. That's what I'm saying. How we gonna put them out in? Our parents, like you say, generational.
Yeah.
So now I gotta ask you a question. How? And I know you kind of mentioned how should we stop it? You said we got to do this. What should we do right now?
Well, that's just if you listen, it's just one of the benefits of us coming together, really. Because that's what these other cultures is doing. They create, that unity amongst themselves. And that's why numbers is so much strength in numbers. You know what I mean? I mean, when it's just you and your wife, and it's hard to, just hey, just drop a nest egg on them, right? Unless you didn't, put it aside from when they was born, and let it, occur, value over the years, on these bonds and, certificates that you invest and put into your child. But other than that, that's just, that's one of the benefits, guys, that we can get if we unite. You know what I mean? As a community, you know, and it doesn't take much, but that's a big benefit that we can benefit from if we can just, you know, put our differences aside and work together.
No, that's a good concept. And they got a caller right now. We're asking somebody to call in because they're experiencing this right now in their family. What can I do? Or some agency I can call. I mean, listen to you, E. You have 5 kids. I need to ask you this one question because I never experienced a child coming back because I make sure they come back. You never want to come back. My daughter tell you, shoot, Dad be under the bed. What's this? And all the tricks, no. Back in the days where I'm from, I used to wash the walls with the bleach. I said, you probably say bleach? Yeah, now that's unheard of. But things had to be clean. And, you know, I was raised into the family that all day you outside. If you inside, you cleaning up. I'm tired. Come on in the kitchen. I'll go outside. No. But how did you feel when that child first came back? Was he down, felt bad, need a place to stay? What?
Honestly, I can't remember how it was.
Wow.
Honestly, I really can't because
That's
during
odd.
that time, it was just we just opened the doors. That's basically, I mean,
Is your old room?
You just can't let your
Can't
child
right.
struggle. I mean,
Sit on the steps.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right. I mean, yeah, you want them to be
Successful. Mhm.
home. You want them to be away, but I mean, okay, you back. Yeah. But you know, it was okay. I mean, she'll any one of them. If
But
they had,
what about
any
the
one of them
ones
having
that's
to come
doing
back.
it that didn't come home? How you feeling about them? What are they doing? They doing okay? Trying to.
Yeah,
make it-
they're okay.
That's
They're
a good
good
thing.
They're good.
I like that.
So but see, when my daughter came home, she came back. She didn't come back empty-handed. So
Okay.
I
came
know
back with
that
my
story.
granddaughter. So, but that
3.
was fine. That was fine. So I didn't want my granddaughter sitting outside either. So,
No, that's right.
but it's okay. It's fine. I mean, if
That's funny.
sometimes we need that
Eye
extra.
open.
So, I mean, I can't remember a time where I came back. I went back home when I left the house. I don't remember ever going back.
That's
I mean,
funny. I never want to go back.
Yeah. So
I
it's
was
like,
a kid, and I remember those walls. I remembered. I hate this house. I can't wait to leave. I never wanted to come back here.
Now, but look, now I call my mama like, Mama, can I come live with you? I'll clean my room and wash the dishes.
right. Wish you could
No,
take away
you
all
grown that.
all these responsibilities.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's yeah, those are times, man. Like you say, growing up, you know. I mean, and having kids these days, you can't just leave your child out in the street when they.
Because you don't want somebody else to. Hey, you come stay with me.
Exactly.
Bad
then it could be
elements out
something,
there.
You know, exactly. Then something really bad can happen.
Mhm.
You know, but it's just about preparing our kids. You know, it's about preparing, prep. That's what anything in life. You know, that I believe. If you prepare and prep.
Oh, we got a call. We got a call.
Always, you know, be prepared. Hang on 1 second. Hello, Talk Show Kings. Who do we have the pleasure of speaking with?
This is Shawana.
Okay, how's it going, Shawana? You have a comment or a question?
I do have a comment. I have a comment about the kids coming back home. My comment is that I was blessed that my parents let me come back home after I had my first child, and that was a blessing. And once I left there, I never came back. Had to go back home, and I actually ended up taking care of my mother till she passed. So there is a blessing of letting your child come back home and actually grow up, and giving them the chance to get on their feet and grow up, and then go back out there and try it again. We all need second chances.
Yes, I
So
believe.
that's my comment.
Okay, great comment. Great comment. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I want to chime in on that, but I got to tell y'all something important. A few weeks ago, my cousin visited here, and my cousin had the sweetest heart. Her name is Cheryl. She would do something for anybody. She went back to New Orleans, and they had a girl on the corner crying, screaming with a 2-year-old baby and a little carry-on suitcase and a black trash bag. And she was just screaming. Everybody just passing by. And then she said, "What's wrong? They gonna kill me, gonna kill me." She let her get in the car. She got in the car with a 2-year-old and a little carry-on bag and threw the trash bag in the back seat. And then she just sped off. And the girl's crying and screaming. She said, "Well, calm down." And as my cousin told me she was a couple of miles away, she said, "What's wrong?" "I think it's my baby daddy." I said, "I'm so sorry." Then my cousin had this feeling. She said, something strange about this situation, because she was asking the girl. She said, "Well, what's in the back bag?" The girl flipped. She said, "None of your damn business." I know. And my cousin, like, okay, I'm going to do this thing and drop off here. My cousin went down the highway a little bit, and then she said, this kept bugging her because the baby started crying. She said, "Listen, I don't want any trouble. I can drop you somewhere. But is anything illegal in that bag?" She says, "None of your damn business." My cousin got off the next exit. And then my cousin say, "Get out. Get the hell out." The girl ran out and grabbed the baby and a little carry-on. My cousin just sped off. And she was driving. My cousin say, for some reason, she looked back and the girl left the bag in the back seat. My cousin looked in the bag. Y'all won't believe what's in it.
The same bull crap you giving us.
Now your damn business. Boy, you talk about King D is sharp, right?
Yeah, man. It's hard to get something off.
Look, we got to have some laughter here.
Absolutely.
But on a serious note, I'm going to tell you guys something here. Our children are our treasures.
Yes.
And we love them. And I've seen so many people that bury their kids because they said you got to be a man or a woman, and they never come back home. The last caller was right. You let them back in, and I appreciate that. Yes. Because, we don't know what it's going to take us. And I want to give up to King E. I love when you said she brought a package and you didn't turn your back on her. You didn't diss her or none of those things. You want to say something, D, you want to say something?
No, I was just going to second that. Yes, we definitely can't give up on our kids, because we haven't really, honestly prepared them for the world, you know what I mean? So half of it is our fault. So when they fall and stumble out here trying to walk through this real world, yes, please don't, let them come back and, and get themselves together and this time maybe you can instill something in them that's going to help them
I was going to ask you
themselves so that they don't come back again, right?
Should you ask them what happened naturally and what went wrong?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would definitely say, what happened and where did you fall.
But do you
short
give them a time period? How long gonna be or what?
What you think, King E?
Excuse me. Well, right now, I mean, with the way that the economy is now, I mean, it's.
Hey, we gonna be like the other cultures. We're gonna have 10, 20 stacked on top in a minute.
But still, I mean, do you really want to put them out there and just have them keep coming back? I mean, you can teach them and show them. They just have to apply it.
Yeah. But I think it's what you said earlier. You there. You get a job and you're going to have to pay some bills. It can help out. There's no such thing. Because the worst thing I hear is kid telling me, "Hey, I want to stack my money." I don't like that. Because if you stacking, I'm shelling out. Everything has a cost.
I want to stack my money too.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you got to let them stack. I'm not saying don't contribute anything to the house.
Yeah.
Don't contribute anything.
Pay electrical, water.
I'm not gonna just
because the biggest thing, they're not paying rent, so like you said, you could pay a light bill, water,
pay a bill or
something
like
that. And that's the thing, I never understood that when I started working when I was younger. I started working at 15, and my mom wanted me to pay a bill. I was looking like, what?
I know, right?
15?
I want me to do what?
With my money?
That was kind of young.
Yeah. Right.
Because I was working when I was 14, washing dishes at a 4-star hotel. I never forgot it. I was in 8th grade, 8th grade. Yeah, $2.35 an hour.
That's about the minimum wage, $3.35.
Yeah, I was $2.35 an hour. I was back there then. I remember $3.65.
Right. I was $4.25.
Ooh, that was big money.
Right.
And when you think about it, but you know what? I remember the teacher was teaching us about money, and I told the kids that, I wash dishes. They laughed at me. And then we broke it down. You know, there was set my account. Everybody started looking, and girls like, "Hey, Raphael, nah, you was laughing at me a minute ago, washing dishes, you know."
But that's money.
It was the job. Get off school, go to work, go home, do your homework. I ain't gonna lie, man. I look back and I thank God for that opportunity. It taught me something because I had money and I wanted to look nice, bought my own clothes and whatever, you know. At the time, Lee jeans, sways. But look, the conversation is good, but the time is running out. On closing thoughts, what we have to say to speak to somebody and tell them, you know, what they should know.
Like I say, I just want to say, you know, like you say, we got to do better, man, with a lot of the things that we practice in the day and try to reach back and grab our old tools, man, that made us successful. And, you know, and don't never give up on your kids, you know.
Right, I second that. And also just to go back to the first topic, just find your local food bank and donate.
Yeah, you know, I second that emotion. I agree. For a person who's volunteering, I see the people coming in there, they are hungry. Please, and it ain't about race, gender, it's about helping a human being. For Roku, TV 1061, we want to thank you, and we hope to see you next week. God bless you guys. We're out.
Peace.
TV 1061.
Man, what they gonna do with this black on black crime, man? I'm sick of this. Thank you for watching another edition of Talk Show Kings on TV 1061. We'll be seeing you soon.
You are tuned in.